like, this is the rudest guy I've ever known, right? But I finally understood what he was doing. So I marched myself down to the library and I talked to the librarian. I said, this thing called an operational amplifier. Do you have any information on it? So he pulls out some books and I start going through them and I write down a bunch of questions and I go back, sheepishly into the mentor, into Vic. I said, hey, Vic, I said, I've got a couple questions. He turns around and says, what are they? And I ask a question. He gets on the whiteboard for 2 hours as I ask questions. And he says, you got any more questions? I said, nope, I'll be back tomorrow. And so it created a whole process for me. And it's something that I said, I tell my kids I'm going to leave them 3 things. The second thing is I hope they discovered the joy of figuring things out.
Yes.
Because what he did for me was help me understand how to figure out problems. Not give me the answer, but how to take big complex problems and break them into small increments. Yes. And it was from that I learned the joy of engineering and problem solving and creating what I call elegant solutions to complex problems. So into the summer, I'm 17 years old. I win the best prize, the best project for the summer with all these college kids.
Wow.
And it's because I had the right mentor with the right attitude and, with a curious mind. So all those are what I call the origin story.
Right.
And I think I approach my life that way today. I'm always interested in learning new things and bringing, call it new solutions to complex problems.
Well, you're also relentless.
Yeah, there's that too. There's that too.
Absolutely. So often it's overused, but people just don't realize how important persistence is. When we interviewed 13 of the biggest players on Earth in private equity, you being obviously one of them, we got a chance to visit with before. That theme comes up over and over again in my own life, and I know your life as well, Christopher. Mm-hmm. The willingness to never give up and just keep going no matter what the obstacle. I don't think there's a replacement for that, but I'm curious, when you look at your success in business and in life, besides your ability to solve problems, what do you think has caused you to raise to such a high level? Is it that persistence, that relentlessness? Is it that the fact that you have both the financial and the technical? You're an engineer and yet a brilliant financial mind and training. Is it focusing on the sector you did? Because no one was into SAS at the beginning, right? Or SAS. They didn't think it was worthwhile, I think, when you started in 2000.
Right.
What do you think has been the most important elements that have helped you to succeed? I know you're very humble, but pretty obvious you've succeeded at a level most humans will never dream of.
I think it's a lot of what you said and, that relentless curiosity.
The curiosity part,
and I bet if you talk to, I know you do, talk to, thousands of people a year, you will find those who are successful in their field remain curious.
I agree.
They are those who know they don't always have the answer and they ask the next set of questions. And from that, they get informed and it brings insights. And then they can bring their own intention and their energy against that to solve whatever problem they may be focused on. Or say, this is another problem that I can solve, and it'd be interesting to solve it. So I think it's that curious nature which is essential.
But that curious nature is so unusual because most people, they give it up. They get to that first wall, if you will, and they just stop. So how do you coach people to get through that wall and to just continue to persist even when it gets frustrating?
Or do you work to find people that just already have that in their nature?
I think so. It's a great question. Being a father,
yes.
You want all your kids to have that.
Yes.
Not all of them do.
Yes.
And you have to think about, what is it that I can do? And to me, there are things like sports.
Yes.
Okay. Sports, in some respects, when you have a child who's doing something, or my kids are, play chess, right?
Yeah.
And you see them hit a wall. And so you can tell them the answer, or you can help them discover how they go about solving that problem.